How do you see the community growing?
The impact has been pretty awesome. I think it's maintained its organic nature. So I guess the first one after New York moved over here about a year ago in October, and so we got one going in Colombo. A little bit after that time, someone who had come out to one of our sessions in the park in New York, so last summer, she was just passing through the park and really loved what we were doing and brought it back to Cape Town. And then a buddy from New York moved to Beijing, and then friends who were in New York and moved out to San Francisco, and also other friends from the past in New York who had moved out to San Francisco. They got it going out there, and then recently someone from Colombo who was doing a year-long course in Berlin happened to be back in Colombo and saw Open Brain on Facebook and just reached out to me to chat about it, and she brought it back to Berlin. And she's now back in Colombo full-time, but in the last week or two that she was in Berlin, she got an Open Brain going, and so she was very happily surprised with the turnout. And typically people are like, whoa, what is this? I've never seen something like this before. And the funny thing is that it's not so different from other things of the type, but it ends up being that way because there really is no production effort or curation effort behind it. It just lets it be whatever the people in the room want to make it, or the people in the park. And I think that's what makes it special, because no one, as the so-called organizers of the event, I guess over here now, and any of the organizers anywhere, you don't really ever know what's going to happen. You can plan a few things in advance. You can say, speak to a friend and say, I'd like you to share this, and maybe you want to walk someone through in a workshop. But really, you don't know what people are going to want to offer. So, yeah, that's been the coolest thing. And then getting traction between the various different synapses, as I like to call them. So you kind of connect this network, and that comes through Stageless Arts, the online repository for art, as well as Facebook. So you have different people interacting. You have people from Sri Lanka in the Open Brain New York group, and vice versa. And it just internationalizes this concept of art with no barriers.
Yeah, Stageless Arts is really cool because we compile people's art from around the world. So different Open Brains, they can send us their art and we can put it up online. A lot of times people don't have their own website, we especially want those people because they can all of a sudden have this place where they can point people to where their art's available. It's curated only in that we put people's art up that are coming to Open Brain. Other than that, I mean, whatever they send us and they feel is ready, it's ready. We don't feel we have any right to judge anybody's art. They have that right to judge. So when they send it to us, they're ready. That's, I think, a big aspect of it. And also just providing more public art. A lot of Open Brains meet in public. Open Brains have to be free, so the spaces that are provided, they have to be getting for free. So a lot of times when the weather's nice, Open Brain communities meet outdoors, which just means that there are little nodes once every 2 weeks in different cities around the world where communities of artists are getting together to just share their art publicly. And that's a huge aspect. More public art is a very important outcome of Open Brains in general in whatever city they're in.
And anytime you're meeting in public, you get passersby coming in. Maybe some guy's walking through the park with a guitar.
Yeah, it helps Open Brain grow.
Maybe some girl just finished a rehearsal for a play she's in and wants to share a monologue or something. It's really great.
Yeah, the amount of people that we've had stop by, especially in a city like New York, something that we can hopefully do in Colombo more often, is incredible. We've had a lot of people who just walked by and said, what is this? And then started coming.
Yeah, and one of those people was our friend who went back home to Cape Town and got an Open Brain going there. So that, I don't think there's any chance that would have happened without us having been in public.
Yeah. Open Brain growth is very organic, whether it's in an individual city or in a brand new city. It's just this open growth where we don't target anything. We just let it go how it's going to go, let the artists do what they're doing, and let essentially any public, any member of the public just kind of walk by, and if they want to run with no brain, to just take it and start it for themselves.